Division with fractions. So let's talk about some more fractions. Whenever we talk about division and fractions, we have its own set of rules we have to follow. So on example 1, let's just write our fractions in reciprocal format. And whenever I write it in this reciprocal format, then I'm going to reduce, because you always want to reduce your answer as a final answer, unless it's just literally wants a specific thing. So just be sure and read the directions. Reciprocal means we're going to flip that fraction. So we got 12 over 27 for part A, and I'm just going to write its reciprocal. It means that it flips. The denominator becomes the new numerator, and the numerator becomes the new denominator. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and reduce it down. I know 27 is 3 times 9 over 12, which is 3 times 4. The 3's reduced, leaves me with 9/4. However, if you're asked to just strictly write it in reciprocal format, that would be this one. So let's do B. Let's write it in a reciprocal format. It'd be 9 over 30. And again, if we need to reduce it, we can reduce it by 3's. C is 8 over 1. And if we write it in its reciprocal, it'd be 1/8. All right, so now let's apply the rules for dividing fractions with dividing with a fraction. So the rule is we're going to keep our first term, we're going to change our operation, and we're going to flip our second. Flip meaning reciprocal, okay? So let's start with A. So first I'm going to keep my first term, which is 12/27. I'm going to change division to multiplication, and I'm going to flip the second. And then I'm going to reduce if I can. Well, sometimes it's easier if I write these in the prime factorization. So 12 is going to be 3 times 4. 27 is 3 times 9, all times 9 over, and I didn't break 9's down because look, I see that I have a 9 over 9, and that's going to reduce. So there's no sense doing added work. 30 is going to be 3 times 10. So my 9's reduce. And my 3's here reduce. That leaves me with 4 times 1, right? All over 3 times 10. But 10 has something in it that 4 also has. 4 is 2 times 2. All over that 3 times 1 times 10. Well, 10 is 2 times 5. And I see that at least one set of 2's reduce, leaving me with 2 times 1. All over 3 times 1 times 5 is 15. And there's my final answer. I'm going to skip B and let you do B. Let's do C. C says we're dividing a fraction. So we're going to take the first term and leave it alone. We're going to take the operation and change it from division to multiplication. And we're going to flip our second term. Now let's rewrite the numbers in a format that we can reduce by. Again, if you want to multiply straight across and reduce in the end, you can. Just be careful because the numbers will be large. All right, so 27 I know is 3 times 9. 24 I know is 3 times 8. And then I'm going to bring down this next one. I see these 3's reduce, leaving me with 9 times 1 times 4. All over 8 times 1 times 3. Well, I got 3's and 4's going on. So let's break that 9 down to 3 times 3. All times that 4. All over. Well, 8 is a product of 4. So I know it's 2 times 4. And let's bring down that 3. Let's reduce what we can. And now I'm left with 3/2. I'm going to do F. I want you to try the other ones on your own. Reach out to me. All right. So F has 27/4 divided by 9. So I'm going to put a 1 underneath the 9. Let's rewrite it. First term stays the same. Change the operation. Flip the second. I notice that I have 27 over 4 all times 1 over 9. The 9's and 27 reduces. So let's write it. 27 is 3 times 9 over 4 times 1 over 9. And my 9's reduce and leaves me with 3 times 1. All over 4 times 1. So it's 3/4. And that's all there is on that one. I'll let y'all do those and just contact me if you have any questions. We're going to do some of these, and some of these I want to do in class. Okay, so let's just do this one here. It says a bus is carrying 120 passengers, which is 5/6 of the carrying capacity of the bus. What is the capacity of the bus? So I got 5/6, right? Is the carrying capacity. And it's carrying 120, or it carries 120 people. So if I divide that, we're going to have 5/6 times 1 over 120. And then the fives reduce, it leaves me with 1. 5 goes into this. It's going to be, I'm doing math on the side, 5 times 24. So the 25 reduces, it leaves me with 1. 6 times 24. All right, so whenever we do this, sometimes this doesn't look right, doesn't sound right. So what we need to do is just double check. Does this make sense? Did I set it up right? So what if I said that we're carrying 120 passengers and we're dividing that by 5/6? Well, if I rewrite this, my first stays the same, change the operation, flip the second. And then what do I have? I have 24 times 6, right? All over 1. Does that sound right? So we know that 24 times 6 gives me 144. So this here says, what is the capacity of this bus? It's saying 144. Or does it make sense to say 1/44? So let's talk about this in class. Let's bring this up in class. You tell me. All right, so these you'll be able to do on your own. We'll work on them in class.